Recession, नाम तो सुना होगा, right? And I believe you might be a bit conscious, you might be a bit scared of the recession. If recession will come, I will lose my job, company will fire me. Such like of thought process might be going on in your brain, right? So in this video, my friend, I want to help you how to become resistant, how to become recession resistant. And you might be thinking, क्या possible है, ऐसा होता है really? Can I become recession resistant? It is really possible in my job. Well, I cannot give a guarantee, to be honest. Whatever job you're doing, I cannot give 100% guarantee that you will not lose job. This totally depends upon the company. This totally depends upon the organization in the recession time, how they structure their team, because eventually they have to face the recession. Okay, they are not going to shut down the company, so they have to do some cost cutting, some restructuring in the project, restructuring in the team. So that's why there can be chance that you may lose a job or you may not lose a job. Okay, so the purpose of this video is what to share my experience, my corporate experience, that how you guys can become the recession resistant. It is really possible to some extent. Okay, if company had decided, no, I want to fire, I want to cut off this number of head counts from the company organization, then you will lose a job. This totally depends upon the company. Okay, but there are some way, there are some mechanism. If you allow, if you adopt those processes, those ways, there's a chances you can reduce the chances of getting fired off. You can reduce the chances of getting laid off. Okay, so the intention of this video is what to share my experience, how you can reduce the chances in this recession to get laid off. Okay, so let's start our video. So my friend, number one, what you have to do, if you're in the bench, majority of IT company which are from service background, they have a concept of bench system, right? So in the bench, initially you are not deployed to any project, and you are looking for some project, and company, your employee is looking for some project with some client. Okay, so my friend, if you are on the bench for a long time, then there is a chance that in this recession you will be laid off. Okay, so try to find some project somehow. If you're still on the bench, then try to find some project as soon as possible, any kind of project, and this will reduce the chances. If you're still on the bench, it is highly vulnerable, and there's a chance you can be fired, because the people who are sitting on the bench, they are fired first. They have the policy. This is number one. And number two is what, if you are in the leadership kind of role, maybe if you have more than 10 years or 12 years of experience, then what you have to do, you make sure that you are playing a role, a contribution in the company, such that you are taking a critical decision, the most critical decision in the project. It can be regarding architecture, it can be regarding team structuring, it can be regarding anything, okay, which is very highly critical. And you are only the person in this project, in the team, that you are responsible to take those critical decisions with the management. If you are in that position where you are the critical person to take all the critical decision, and entire team depends upon your input, so this adds highly dependency, right? So entire team is dependent on you. If you are in this situation, in this position, you can take a critical decision, then there's a chance that you will not get fired even in the recession time, because you are the critical person in the project. You have a brain, right? So make sure to play this kind of role, to become highly critical person in the project, take a critical decision, and this will reduce the chances of getting laid off. This is number one. Number two. And number three is what, if you are in the technical position, okay, you are playing a technical role, maybe below 10 years, kind of lead kind of position. In that position, what you have to do, you have to own the entire process. I mean, you have to own end to end process. are not only technically wise, even as a functionally wise. Okay, so both technical aspect and the functional aspect, you own the entire process, both the process. So what happens in some cases, if company is thinking कि which resource, which people I need to cut off, okay, and if technically, functionally, you are playing that critical role, you own the entire process, end to end process, and the client is depending upon you, right? For functional wise, for technical wise, you are taking a very technical decision, architecture decision. So there's a chances you will not be laid off because your company, your client, your team is depending upon you. And when the management think about should I remove this person, he will think twice and thrice before sacking you, before removing you from the team, because you own the entire process. You know the functional, you know the business, you know the technical. So if you can play this kind of role in the project, there is a chance that company will not remove you. This is number three. Okay, and number four, which is very important, is what? Increase your visibility. Okay, I have seen a lot of people, they are very sound in technical business wise, they are very sound, but they are not visible in front of management. भाई जो दिखता है ना वो बिकता है. आई रिपीट, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू शो, यू हैव टू शो द टैलेंट. सो यू हैव टू बिकम हाईली विजिबल in your team, whatever you're doing, maybe your technical skill, your business skill, don't hide it. Okay, whenever you find any forum to discuss something about it, you discuss it. Okay, this way you have to enhance, you have to increase your visibility. And whenever management have to make a decision, should I remove this person or not, it depends upon the visibility. If you're highly visible, if management has the visibility, if management know you that this person is a critical person, man, this person own lot of things, in that case it will reduce the chances of getting laid off. Okay, so these are a couple of I would say practices, couple of things you can apply in your current job, and you can become, you can reduce the chances, or you can become the recession resistant in your job. It is possible, it is quite possible. But let's suppose you apply everything, you are a critical person, you own everything, you are technically very sound, your business was everything is your sound, you're a very critical person, you're a very critical professional in your job. Even though you get laid off, what happens? Other companies waiting for you. Do you know that? So don't love the company. Even if you are technically sound, you're getting laid off, you will find next job because you have the skill. That skill will bring the job. Okay.